Hello, everyone, and a very happy Pi Day to all of you. Welcome to SudokuCon stream. In honor of it being Pi Day, and as suggested by Prof Meow earlier, we actually went live 1 minute early, so we were at 314159. If you don't use the 24-hour clock, so we were pretty darn close to pi to what, 4 decimal places? I forget. But anyhow, glad to have you all with us. Today we are doing a battle of the setter stream, and we have two erstwhile victims here. Sorry, volunteers here. We have
Same difference.
yeah, same difference. In the middle, we have the Kagito, and on the right, we have Arctan. So thank you both for being here. Just to start, I figured it would be good just to give yourselves a bit of introduction, how long you've been setting, kinds of puzzles you like, that sort of thing. So, Kagito, if you want to start.
Sure. I started setting, I guess, around 5 years ago now, or coming up on 5 years ago. I don't know, kinds of puzzles I like. I don't know, they're kind of all over the board. I like Sudoku, but I've spent a lot of my efforts lately have been on more pencil puzzle type stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place, I guess. I like Renban in the world of Sudoku. That's probably my favorite constraint.
How would you characterize your setting style at all? Do you tend to be in the pretty broad range and the harder range? I mean, I know you set some pretty hard puzzles in your time, but
yeah, well, I like to set puzzles that are more like 4 stars. I've set some that were pretty brutal, yeah, I kind of just hover around 4 stars. I don't know. A lot of times when I'm setting, I just look for things that are interesting to me, and ultimately my goal is, as a setter, is to get people to, like, if I discover something cool and I think it was fun to discover, I want people to have the same feeling when they're solving,
Yeah.
So I don't want people to feel overwhelmed with the difficulty of a puzzle so much as just kind of enjoying the coolness of something I may have found.
That's fair enough. And Arctan, go ahead.
Yeah, as many other people, like I got into Sudoku 5-6 years now at this point. Watching videos on cracking triptych and then solving, and then it's like you get an idea or two while you start watching and start constructing. Probably, I don't know, 3-ish years on and off as time allows, and a lot of the thoughts that I have with constructing come from I used to do a lot of crossword puzzles, and so like in the same way that it's maybe you want to come up with a theme for a crossword puzzle, like come up with as Coachino said, like something really cool and interesting that you want to share as like we're going to start the Sudoku here and build around this idea.
So you both, I got a sense very similar to me in that you sort of start off with an idea of sorts and build around there. I tend to do that more than playing around. I know a lot of setting is built around playing around, but that's going to be interesting because some of the puzzles today I think are going to be very much in a playing around and messing and seeing what happens. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
One of those where it's with other commitments and work and all that. Sometimes if I'm going to be making Sudoku, I would rather have that time be productive rather than like messing around. So
yeah,
like I would like to have more messing around, but sometimes it's easier to just go, no, here's an idea, let's do this.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, we will go ahead and start in a minute or two on the first game. But before we do that, just to mention for everyone watching the stream, SudokuCon 2026 is coming. It is going to be from July the 30th to August 2nd. It's going to be in Manchester, England, as opposed to Manchester, New Hampshire. Manchester, England, actually my old stomping grounds. But tickets are now on sale, broadly and widely available. If one of the organizing committee is in chat and can post a link, this is going to be where you're able to get information on tickets. And if you have any questions for us, you can email at info@sudokucon.com. I will just type that in. We have tickets that we have full price tickets. We also have tickets for students that are discounted, etc. So if you're at all interested in going, feel free to reach out to us there or buy tickets. I will be there. I actually met Cogito at SudokuCon last year in Boston, which was a lot of fun. So
yeah, it was a good time.
All right, and with that, we are going to move over to the first game. And this is fun for me because I just get to sit here and watch and comment. But this is Battle Doku, so is competitive setting. And the way this is going to work, oh, thank you, Prof, for posting the link. The way this is going to work is one of you is going to name a constraint. The other is going to name a location, and you can be as specific or as general as you like. So for constraint, for example, you could say a 5-cell Renban, or you could just say Renban, or you could say a 5-cell Renban that has a 90-degree turn in it. You know, you can be as general or specific as you like. In terms of location, you can also be as general or specific as you like. So you could say it has to partly be in box 2, it has to be in row 2, column 2, or you could say, you know, it has to touch row 4, column 5, that kind of thing. So, or it has to be contained entirely within this box, etc. So we'll go back and forth like that. So, for example, if Cogito names a constraint and arctan names a location, then arctan will name the constraint, Cogito names a location, and so on. And the goal is to basically produce a unique puzzle. If you end up with a puzzle that is broken, then you lose. Unless both of you end up with a puzzle that's broken at the same time, then I guess we back up and start again. So once you've chosen, obviously, I think you're both in Sudoku Maker. Once you've chosen where your clue is going to go, then you have to click the double arrow, the logical steps, and go from there. Does that sound about as clear as mud? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to look at each other's grids during this?
Yes. I mean, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in past. Yeah, that you're allowed to look at others' grids. If Malrog or anyone who ran the last ones is in chat and wants to say otherwise, then feel free. But I think yes, you can look at each other's grids. So I guess to try and make it hard or difficult. So purely just based on alphabetical order, Arctan, you can pick the first constraint, and Kajito, you're going to pick the first location, and then we'll go from there.
I don't know. Let's say a 4-cell region sum line.
Okay, and Kajito, you have a location for that.
Sure. It has to touch box 9.
Okay. 4-cell region sum touches box 9. And I guess this is the thing where you have to decide if you go too flexible or too restrictive. But And yeah, when you're happy with what you've done, then feel free to go ahead and click the next click the double arrows.
All right.
And I should warn you at some point along the way, just to keep things spicy, we may actually throw in some twists or some extra constraints, etc., etc. Or we might poll the audience and say, "Hey, here are some extra constraints that we're going to throw in. Pick one, see what you like."
Sure.
Just to make things spicy. So,
Yeah.
Have you both set with region sumlines before as a starting point?
Not often. Trying to remember what the last one I did with those was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just figured it'd be something
a
that
few
would be,
puzzles.
get some flexibility, but also like something with concrete digits. So.
Are you happy with that, Arctan? If you want to click the double arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
a little more pencil marking than I need, but
yeah, that would be an issue for me. I guess, I mean, if you're free to click it to make sure it's not broken, but if you then want to undo it, for your own purposes, that's fine as well. The main thing is just to check that it doesn't break.
Right.
Okay, so Kajido, your turn to pick a constraint.
We'll just go with a Renban.
Just Renban general, okay, and Arctan?
Yep.
You'll say that it has to be at least partially. We'll say through row 7, column 4.
Okay, so a Renban of free length, partially through row 7, column 4. And I am going to type in the chat while you guys think about that. I know, I think Renban are one of those things that can be very flexible by themselves, but quite constrained with others. I still have had an ambition to try and create a pure Renban puzzle, but to be honest, I don't think I can. I think Kajito has one of the best pure Renban puzzles, so did Kodak as well. I don't think I could compete with those. S-cells, we are not doing S-cells. I should say any constraint that is within Sudoku Maker that isn't a custom constraint. So remember, it has to go through at least row 7, column 4. Kajito. Remote sums, I think that might be custom in Sudoku Maker as well. There goes my United secret. Okay, it looks like Arctan is kind of settling on something. Maybe.
Yeah. Not liking it as much as I wanted to like it.
Yeah. And it looks like Kajido has gone backwards.
What do you mean?
So you have to remember it has to go through row 7, column 4, Kojulo.
Oh, I was thinking row 7, column 7. What am I? I mean, okay, row 7, column 4 is doable. Here, I can do this quickly then.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Lockout lines, that's a pretty good one. Might keep that one. But remember, the goal for the audience is not to have the puzzles break unless you want to get both of them to break. Although I think at this point, it's still pretty early. And yeah, I think the trick here is, do you go too flexible or do you go more restrictive? Wow, that's quite a line you got there. Are you settling on that one, Kojulo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
makes me nervous, but gotta go with it.
I think I will also not. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see.
Okay, that looks interesting. Okay, do you just want to Isaac, which side is Kojulo and which is arctan? Isaiah, if you look at the arrows under the names, it should tell you which side is which. The name tags point to the screen. Arctan, are you settled on that one? Do you want to just do the check to make sure we're not broken here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, yeah, that looks good. Sorry, I have to forget. I'm looking at it on the actual Twitch stream, and on my computer, I have to forget there's a slight delay. All right. So, Arctan, it's your turn to pick a constraint. You are also free. You don't have to pick different constraints. I should add, you are also free to pick the same constraint if you wish.
Yeah. Go through some of these. I don't know if I really want to do that. Oh. So I thought it might work. And then, yeah, why not? Why not a quadruple clue?
Okay. Do you want to specify any numbers in that, or just the quadruple clue?
A quadruple clue with 4 distinct numbers.
Okay. And Kojulo, do you want to pick a location for that?
Sure. It has to be at least partially within box 5.
Okay. So quadruple clue, partially within box 5, 4 distinct numbers. It's funny, as I'm watching this, I'm kind of thinking how I would be doing this as well. And it actually would be quite different to both of you, so that's interesting. And yeah, feel free to take your time. We don't have to, like if you want to play around with a couple of options, that's fine. I'm wondering if a live battle Doku should be part of the SudokuCon program. Is there anyone from the program committee here?
And if I'm meant to be talking more or explaining things, I can. I'm just.
Yeah. Feel free. I mean, we're just setting off. We're just starting off, so I think we're okay for now. But yeah, I think when we get a bit further in, maybe in the next one, I'm still trying to get the audience to drum up some twist constraints. We have lines. Okay, just let me know. So you look pretty set on that one, Cogito, trying to get a bit of distance from your 8-cell Renban, understandably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you tend to, I feel like in your puzzles, the ones that I've solved, you often tend to ping things across the grid. It's not all necessarily constrained. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really think about it. This is certainly not how it would normally be setting. I would not normally place a quad clue in this situation, so it's a bit different for me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just nervous about. I don't know. I'm hoping I can create some value from the quad clue later, I guess.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not doing much other than just
sitting there.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I should say as well at this point, I guess the goal is more for a unique solution rather than maybe a logically solvable one. But hey, if you guys can get a logically solvable one, then fantastic.
Yeah, I may regret this later, but we're doing it.
Oh yeah, looks like you got some nice roping going on.
It's gonna be fun figuring that out. Yeah, I don't know that I want it to be roping, but I'm thinking any other, because like my thought there was, I know the cell on the region sum is already constrained, so let me use the quadruple to fix that and hopefully fix more of the bottom. And I don't think I can force more with an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although, having said that, let me at least try, see what happens with 8, just because that at least gets a 1 on. Well, no, it gets a 1 on the region sum, but then it doesn't necessarily force anything on the red band. Yeah, we'll just stick with this.
Okay. I should also add as well that you guys can pick outside clues too, to be clear. Okay, so arctan chose a constraint there, so Cogito, it's time for you to pick a constraint. And after this one and the location, then we're going to throw in a twist we're going to throw in a chat constraint for both of you. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do a German whisper, sure.
German whisper? Okay. Yeah. And arctan, where do you think that can go? And I am going to figure out
German whisper that connects both lines already in the grid.
Oh, that's very specific. But okay, so German whisper that connects both lines already in the grid. I like that. And I am going to type in a poll. And let's see. are going to set a poll for 2 minutes starting now. Yep, I like that. That's a neat twist. So when you, just to clarify, it has to cross both lines, or it has to connect? It has to.
I was thinking like one end on one line, the other end on the other line, not necessarily at their endpoints, and I guess like that's
Okay.
not an endpoint, but I mean, or not an like Kagito's Renben doesn't have an endpoint, but
Right.
But yeah, I was thinking just something that starts on one and
Ends on the other. Okay, cool.
ends on the other.
Yep. Should be a time limit, especially for a clue like this. Yeah, we want to be
probably.
nice. We want to be nice, James. Come on. And I'm trying to be nice. This is the first game. I don't want to break them right off the bat. But yeah, that's I like the degree of specificity there. That's good.
Yeah.
Is it in the spirit of the clue if I just make this German whisper circular but still touching them?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think it actually adds anything logically, to be honest.
Not much, no.
There is a vote up, everyone in the audience. We have currently 7 responses. Okay, and the poll is done. I will give maybe another 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, that's
just because I can see arctan is drawing like a marathon route.
Yeah. I just make sure it's low, high, low. I think that's the right length. I don't know. That's not the right length. We'll fix it in post. That's not going to work. That's probably the right.
Okay.
Yeah. Should probably.
All right. Is this where you click and hope that it doesn't break?
Yeah.
That is.
There we go.
All right. Okay. So if you're both settled, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So before we go on to the next one, we got a poll and what constraint to add next, and it was a Dutch whisper. Because that was an audience clue, I'm going to be nice and say you can add the Dutch whisper wherever you wish.
Okay.
That's what, difference of 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to think about that for a second because I have not used Dutch whispers at all. I can see Kojiro has been bitten by a semi-symmetry bug here.
I always am.
I enjoy symmetry a lot, and it's just because I just find it more elegant, and it's one of those things that I should stop using it as a crutch as often as I do.
Yeah.
I find it makes my life harder most of the time.
That's true. I would say so. there have definitely been some puzzles I've made where I've consciously tried to break the symmetry early. And I think James Sinclair would agree that he likes to break the symmetry early and then chase it. I just can't get into that habit. I just like symmetry too much. So yeah, like making my life difficult, I guess. Okay, Kojiro, you pretty much settled on that one? It looks like.
I was just trying to decide that. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, there's still time. You don't have to. We don't have to. I mean, you're going to have to start resolving
I think I'm good.
Going to have to start resolving some digits here because arctan is galloping ahead.
I will. I got it.
Okay, that's that.
Okay, you good as well, arctan?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah, I'm gonna have to do something with this, but
well, it is actually your chance to give a clue. I guess
yeah, and I almost wish it weren't.
Oh, I see. I haven't been paying attention to where arctan is. Arctan's way ahead. Dang.
Wait, did I not suggest the last one as the German Whisper?
No, I didn't.
No, Kojiro said the German.
Oh, you did.
Whisper.
You're right. I said the location. You're right.
Yeah.
See, like I almost want to have the location this time, for reasons that. Yeah. I have a thought. I don't think I can break this. I would like to have a minimum cell.
What's that?
Where the square has to be smaller than everything.
Minimum cell. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the is it is it fortress? Like the fortress
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, we'll do in box 9.
Yeah. Just gonna. I was hoping that I could do something that would be funny that wasn't 1, but we'll just casually I know I can throw it on the 1, so.
Yeah.
So I figured that was a.
There's a really easy way to force a tie. That would be cool. Funny, but cool.
Yeah. So now I guess the fun thing is trying, from Kojito's side, trying to find a constraint that I can't do something useful with.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at it this way: if you don't get to actually resolve the whole puzzle, you might actually have the beginnings of a weird puzzle, at least.
Yeah.
But I actually think yours looks somewhat quite logically solved, potentially logically solvable as well.
I started off there with like the Renband, the Region Sum, and the Quadruple, and then it was just like, how much can I do with these lines that I probably would not ever actually do if I wasn't trying to resolve this as fast as possible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Kojiro, are you happy with your location?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is, and I think arctan is happy with his. So it's your turn to choose a clue, and arctan gets to choose the location. And I'm noticing in the chat there's someone suggesting a very easy way to force a tie. So, yeah, I guess it's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do...
In fact, there's quite
Yeah, that's...
One second. We'll
no,
do...
no, it's fine. Take your time. It's kind of tricky.
Man, this is not something I would ever normally use.
A skyscraper.
We'll just do a maximum cell.
A maximum cell. Okay. Arctan, where do you want the maximum cell?
that would be...
I think that...
Yeah.
Might have...
yeah. Yeah.
This is actually interesting. I don't think any of the past games that I've seen have had it where someone has been quite resolved.
I was not looking at Arctan's grid until he had it to this state, so I'm just trying to fend him off now. I have to actually use strategy. So
yeah, interesting.
Get more attention.
I feel like a very unhelpful place to put this would be box 9. So we're going to say box 9.
Okay.
And I'm going to start seeing if there's anything.
Yeah, this could get intriguing. I mean, this could be quite the battle of attrition of Kajiro just desperately trying to fend off ways and. Okay, we got some digits now, Kajiro. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you happy with that one, Arctan?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. So I think now it's your turn to pick a constraint.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking through the list here. There's a lot of.
I am thinking. I mean, this is certainly interesting and different from what's gone before. But I am thinking. I agree now a bit more with what James said about the time limit on such a line. But
just the length. Yeah.
I'll try to be quicker.
Yeah, I saw the.
Oh no! I mean, I'm just thinking like a time limit with the long line, or you should have maybe said something a bit more than just German whisper. Maybe like German whisper of X length.
Sure.
Yeah. But
well, if we're going to go for length, a little killer of at most 3 cells.
Okay, a little killer of at most 3 cells. Kajiro, where would you like that to go? A little killer, that eternal resolving clue, right?
It's got to go through box 3.
Okay, got to go through box 3. And you have flexibility in the sum, of course. Well, I should clarify. I should say Kajiro has flexibility in the sum.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've broken it.
You've broken it?
I broke it.
Oh,
Dang.
no.
Wasn't thinking about this. It's 3-8.
Oh, well.
It was rushed.
Okay. Well, Kajiro broke it, so then
I'll just put in a
arctan.
different number.
Yeah. Well, arctan that would make you the winner. If you break, then you're done. So even though you have your irresolved 1-4 pair there,
Yeah.
then you have won this first game of Battle Doku. So
I think I need to focus less on making a puzzle I would like to solve and focus more on winning.
yeah, I would say so.
That line is crazy.
I was looking over at your grid, and I think after you put in your Renban, it's like that's a because like I was focused on like getting some logical interactions between the two lines, and you're just setting it up to like you've got your lines across 4 boxes and staggering rows and columns. Like that's going to be easy to resolve later.
Hmm.
So it's like, oh, I should probably start doing that.
Yeah, it was impressive. It was impressive how you went from everything being in the bottom, like row 7 and 8 adjacent, to okay, I'm just gonna like knock out this whole grid in one go. That was very fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take just a couple minutes break to set up for the next game. Make sure everything's looking good. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Okay, we are back, and we are going to be a little gentler after the rather cutthroat battle there. We are going to do some picture doku. So the goal of this is that independently, I know last time we did this, I believe the setters were working together, but somebody pointed out that that wasn't quite a battle of setters. So we're going to have them work independently here. And I'm going to put up a poll of things that they could draw. Suggestions so far, we had cat, a T-Rex, a pie, or pies, I guess, given it's Pi Day. A landmark I've put of your choosing. I know Prof. Meow suggested like the Eiffel Tower or the Taj Mahal, but I think you can choose one if you want. Kojiro, seen as arctan, suggested pie. Do you want to suggest something to throw in?
I mean, I would probably make the same suggestion, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm
all right.
Uncreative, I guess. I think pie makes sense to me.
Okay. In that case, I am going to add a plane or planes. And we will start the poll and we'll see what they come up with. Oh, hey, Belsita. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I guess that's one interpretation of pie as well. I put pie or pies, meaning the dessert, I guess. But yeah, I guess you can interpret that however you wish. Have either of you, while we're waiting for the poll to go, have either of you ever set puzzles with the intent of putting a drawing or making it into an image, or does that usually end up happening by accident?
Once, as a joke, and no, otherwise, no. No, I don't. I just don't. Sometimes they'll have a certain aesthetic that's just totally by chance.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a few like things like if it were possible to draw them, I would love to do a Sudoku based on them. I've seen the ones where they get like the curved lines or they get real granular with the line placement, and that's a little beyond me. But I don't think I've ever intentionally made a puzzle, even though I've had pictures that I would like to turn into puzzles.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've never done it. No.
I did make that as well, that puzzle for the league that never completed, but like that 40 by 40 is going to look like a flower.
Yes, I remember that.
Monster. Just, it's good I didn't finish it. It would have been terrible. But
okay, looks like votes are done, and Pi actually came in with just one vote. It looks like a landmark of your choosing. So I guess the question is, I can ask you guys, do you want to both settle on a landmark and and draw the same one? Or do you want to be able to draw separate ones? I mean, if it's a head-to-head, I kind of feel you should be drawing the
separate
same
ones.
But that's me.
Yeah.
I feel like drawing the same one to me makes sense.
Okay, so now you guys get to actually fight or discuss.
I mean, a Taj Mahal was suggested. I think that's a fairly solid one, to be honest.
I mean, let me look up. That's gonna be just bringing up images here. Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to get those curves done as well, but
yeah, it can also be an approximate Taj Mahal. It doesn't have to be completely curvy, and I still haven't quite figured out myself how to do the curves, or I don't know if I have the patience to do the curves and everything in Sudoku Maker.
Yeah. The other thought I had was if we do separate ones, like our choice of landmark, one says something about us, two, like could also be strategic. Like if you're picking a landmark, that's going to give you a much better chance of finishing a Sudoku than that might be just as much a part of it as actually
That's
making
true.
Sudoku. But
So Prof suggests do separate ones. Don't tell them what they are, and see if they can figure it out. So I don't know. I leave it up to you. You guys are the ones doing the drawing and making the puzzle, and hopefully having it been somewhat solvable. So I leave it up to you guys.
Okay. All right. We'll just do separate then. I think that's a reasonable idea. I can do that.
Okay. And yeah, you're free to pick whatever ever line constraints you wish, ever things to resolve. So yeah, okay. So separate ones it is then, and go for it. We'll try and keep a time limit on this, just because I know it can. Everyone gets into Zen selling mode, and so I'm left to be talking by myself. But off you go.
Okay.
And as you guys are setting, I'll kind of keep chipping in and chiming in and seeing how it's going. We can talk a bit about setting philosophies, etc. But anyway, yes, while these guys are starting, for those who may have just joined in the last few minutes or so, just a reminder again that SudokuCon 2026 is less than 6 months away. Is going to be in Manchester, England from July 30th to August the 2nd. And tickets are now available. You can find information out at info@SudokuCon.com. And one of the organizing committee, Prof, is in the audience, Prof Meow, and if she can repost the link to buy tickets. We have standard tickets. We also have tickets available for students and unwaged individuals. Thank you, Prof. I'm looking forward to it. I went to the first one in Boston last year, and it's nice to actually get Manchester as one of my old stomping grounds. It's where I did my degree and my postgraduate degree. Lived there for 8 years before I moved to the US. And before anyone asks, I do not like Manchester United football team.
And what about City?
I don't really particularly like a football team, I should say. My typical answer was that I always like the team that are playing against Manchester United. So I guess I'm more anti-Manchester United than pro anyone else.
More just appreciate a good game of footy and
yeah. Okay, well, we had some starting lines in the grid, and it seems they've rapidly been taken off. But now we have something going on. Ratfink says Manchester United do not make a good game of footy. It's a can of worms there. Okay, well, we have some definite lines now.
maybe more for now.
Ratfinks, do you have a particular team you support? I know football is not strictly Sudoku related, but what are the lines you're drawing now, arctan? Are they Dutch Whisper?
I don't know. I tried to find a color that vaguely worked, and now I have to figure out what I want to do with these lines. Yeah.
Oh, are you doing the freestyle?
Although Dutch,
I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to decide.
although Dutch Whisper, not one of those that I have as much familiarity with. So
Yeah, I definitely do not myself. I don't think I set a single puzzle with them, maybe. No, I don't think I have. I think it's that. I think for me, the thing with Dutch Whisper is I'm always like, that it's. I know people. There's that thing of, oh, you can use them because they're more flexible than German Whispers, and I'm like, but I like German Whispers for that reason. They're slightly less flexible. I tend to want to use constraints that I feel can do something interesting, and maybe I'm maligning them, but Dutch Whispers don't necessarily hold that for me.
like at least like when I see Dutch Whispers in a puzzle, my first thought is there's going to be that not polarity swapping trick where like there's going to be a 5 in there, like
Right. I guess in that sense, it's almost like the opposite of German Whispers, right? In that it's not so much it's like you're not forcing the 5 off. It's like you're trying to force the 5 on.
yeah. Oh, duh. Stupid.
Is the Kajito, is the line a particular constraint for you?
No.
No.
Nope. Not at all. Nope. That is to be determined entirely. I have no idea.
I think that's probably a good strategy, though, if you're actually trying to draw something.
Yeah.
I should probably figure out what the lines are.
Yeah. Well, while you guys are drawing a bit more, I should also talk a bit more in terms of SudokuCon. Many of you here may be aware. If not, we have a Discord. Feel free to join the SudokuCon Discord. We have a number of channels related to the con where you can give input on program ideas or such. More recently, we're also looking for anyone who might be interested in putting together something that's part of the event, not so much one of the formal sessions, but if they want to make puzzles. Last time we had the SudokuCon quilt, we had some Easter eggs that were dotted around. I know people brought their own puzzles along. Juggler did a puzzle hunt. If anyone has ideas for extra activities or such like that, feel free to, you can let us know about that via the Discord. Please also pass on to any others in the community you know. Okay, it looks like you're settling on some numbers here. So are they Dutch Whispers? And did that seem to work? Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I know what Kajito is drawing.
It's this is going to be super scuffed. It's like on the one hand, I could try to freestyle it, but I feel like that's a little like it's a competition in something else, like your ability to draw with a mouse. And so, and I've seen that arctan is just sticking to center of the cells drawing. So I feel like I should just do the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Low artistic talent, and now is not the time to learn.
Yes, this is not an art competition for sure. But yes, of course, the trick is once you have the actual picture of sorts, is trying to turn it into a puzzle.
I mean, this is insane. Okay. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I thought I had an idea of what that was, but now I'm not so sure.
No, I suspect that you probably did have the right idea, but it's just I'm having to
Improvise.
Yeah, I'm having to make changes.
I see what the thoughts are in the chat. No idea. Don't worry, once this one is done, I promise we'll go back to non-artistic puzzle making. Oh yeah, okay. I think I was probably right. So we have astronaut.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I have an idea. I think I have an idea for Cogito. I'm really not sure about arctan. Belsita says it looks like the Mario mushroom.
I was going to say, I looked over when it still had the circles in there, and my first thought was Squid Games.
It looks like you have some something somewhat solvable there. A lunar lander. Well, I guess this is. I mean, this is supposed to be a landmark, so typically, to me, that would be a building or a statue or an object rather than a vehicle. But yeah, that's interesting. We have a guess of Colosseum, I think, for presumably arctan. I kind of can see that. I'm reminded of, a month or two ago, I did a stream with Lucian where we were talking about setting, and he had said one of the 9x9s he set was the Eiffel Tower, and it was meant to be, I think, him standing in front of it, and it just was really interesting to look at, but it ended up being quite a mishmash of lines and puzzles, lines and constraints. Oh, you're actually drawing some lines in now, Cogito? Is that a Rembrandt?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Still no. No. I just got to get it to look okay, and then I will come up with something.
Okay. I look forward to it.
It doesn't really look very good, but I feel like with this resolution, it's not gonna. So maybe I just have to come to terms with it's not gonna look very good, and
not be a
you can always clean it up in post.
That's true. Yes, there'll be off-stream post-production where we can I'll superimpose the images of what's meant to be actually over the top. It does look like, I will say, Kajito, yours is looking very accusative.
What does that mean? Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know. It looks like it's glaring at me.
Yeah.
So I guess while you're doing it, because I can see like you've got more like detail. Like I've just been going with the lines to the centers of the boxes, and you're zoomed in. How do you do that?
You change the grid resolution. I'm not doing it very much. I've been swapping between 1 and 2. So
where is that in the settings menu?
Cosmetic lines. Then you just click on the cosmetic lines and it says grid resolution and you can change it.
Oh, I didn't know how to do that.
Oh, okay.
Learn something new.
Okay, I'm not going to change this, but now I know.
Learn something new every day.
I wonder if...
Yeah, I will say I'm not too familiar with Sudoku Maker myself. I tend to use F-puzzles still, unless there are particular constraints that I know are not in F-puzzles.
Yeah, Sudoku Maker is interesting because I know a lot of my early puzzles in the first 2 or so that I did get solved on Cracking the Cryptic, like they were all made in F puzzles, if not partially by hand. And like, while this is certainly easier to use Sudoku Maker because it has so many more constraints built in, at the same time, having to like go through the constraints manually and make sure that worked like that arguably was better for learning to set, because you're doing the thinking.
That's true. I think certainly, I mean, I like the F-puzzles plugin. I like Ranks Solver on there, but because it's easy it will tell you very quickly if it's going to break or not, which is good. But then, then I think sometimes it can be very easy to rely on some of the true candidate deductions instead, which is problematic. Certainly, I think if you're beginning to set, then that is probably too powerful and too much of a temptation to use. I will say I would like to see James Sinclair have a go at this, because I know a lot of his puzzles tend to have very interesting visual aesthetics, but I don't think they're all intentional. I think a lot of the times he names the puzzles after what they look like. I tend to do that as well. Okay, we actually have some digits. No, I think Kajita is still trying to figure out.
No, I'm getting some stuff, but I think I'm just doing German whispers because, yeah, I don't know, for lack of any appealing options.
Yeah. I think actually one of the first German whisper puzzles I think I ever saw, and I think it might have been on CTC, was it was called Death Star, I think.
Yeah, that vaguely rings a bell.
I think German whispers they're definitely good for this sort of thing, or any kind of whisper is probably good for this sort of thing, just because you have that much more flexibility. So, some of James's earliest puzzles were ones where he just drew something and tried to turn it into a puzzle. And then you refined your approach to drawing a puzzle and trying to turn it into something. Yeah, that's also true. I mean, if you were trying to do that on F-puzzles rather than Sudoku Maker, I think that would certainly be trickier.
Okay, that's a thought. Okay.
All right, I think we've had about 20-ish minutes or so. I'll maybe give another 15.
Okay.
Just to... yeah, I don't think 2 is an odd digit.
No, it is certainly not.
I disagree. I disagree. I think 2 is very odd. It is the only even prime.
That's true.
Very, very odd.
Yeah. Shouldn't say that in the vicinity of a mathematician, perhaps.
I don't know that I would still consider myself to be a mathematician. It's been a bit since I was in grad school.
Mm. Yes, I should have said you are free to use use givens as well to resolve.
Yeah.
I would say with yours, Kojiro, that when you take the circles in or out, it definitely changes what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably need the circles in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bells has pretty much got it. It was looking like a fancy piece of furniture, or like a mirror, or maybe a train coming at you.
Let's just go across here. What is this doing? Why won't it let me connect? Oh, duh. Okay. No, that was a dumb question.
Yeah, I'm still starting to look like Kenny from South Park. Yeah, don't go.
I agree, kind of, but I can't. It's too late. I have 15 minutes. I gotta
Resolve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should probably be a little more hurried on this.
Yeah, and still, I'm not sure I know what your drawing is, arctan, yet. I think if it were me, I probably would be drawing Big Ben. Or, well, sorry, no, I shouldn't say Big Ben, because Big Ben is the bell, and I would be drawing the tower that Big Ben is in, or maybe the Empire State Building or something. But that's me.
Yeah, well, I had that thought, and then if you get something that's very symmetric,
That's true.
I do see what Kajito is doing with different lines to draw the same shape.
Mm. Oh well, symmetry, that ever evil.
No. It's not evil. It's not evil. It's great.
Pyramids of Giza would be an easy one to work with. Yeah, it's sure. Actually, I think some of the
It'd be
puzzle
easy to work with, but also kind of like lame. I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like a little bit like a triangle. I don't know, a couple triangles to make it look like a pyramid. It's not exactly a lot of they're impressive structures, but it's not a lot of
detail,
complexity to the pyramids.
Unless you want to make one very big pyramid and start drawing hieroglyphs. I have done a couple of puzzles myself, actually, typically around Christmas time, where I actually set out with the intent of drawing like a Christmas tree, and actually then just spent time trying to get the puzzle to work, and that was mostly just using given digits and a couple of crop key. But yeah, both of those, I found it tough to actually get a sort of pleasing solve path. Okay, so we have. Well, Ratfink says yours looks like a snake wearing a scarf. Kojiro.
Thank you. I think that's more or less
what you were going for.
Not too far off. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I certainly don't know what to actually. I need a little here. I know what I can do.
Okay.
Okay, looks like you got some good resolutions coming on there. I guess is the tricky thing for you going to be resolving the upper part without...
that tricky part's going to be getting the lower part. That's going to need something here.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
It also does not help that I have put in a negative constraint here.
Oh, okay.
I don't like how that's... And I don't know how to code it in, so I'm just looking for it manually and hoping I don't break it.
Yeah, I've not set too many puzzles with a negative constraint, just for that reason.
Back.
Okay, I think I'm gonna actually set a timer on my phone now, just to start putting the pressure on. So I would say 5 more minutes.
Okay. All right, I've got this.
Okay. Then
A dozy sausage. I kind of feel like I should have a metronome ticking somewhere. I need to go get that.
Oh, yeah, that would be...
That would help, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is so hard. This is so hard to do. I mean, this is like a speed setting competition that is designed to not be possible. That's what it feels. This is crazy.
Yeah, I think we definitely made the point, because last time I know there was a much more freedom in the time, and I was like, yeah, we definitely need a time limit on it for sure.
I'm doing my best here. I'll try to get something that is I don't know. I mean, this is at least not broken. Maybe I just give some, but there's a bunch of lines that don't have anything. I can't do anything about this. Wait. I have some ideas. I'm just going to remove these, even though it makes it look...
Oh, that's okay.
Less...
That didn't help at
recognizable.
Given digits. Let's see what happens.
Yes, feel free to throw in those givens.
Not as much as I wanted. Add as much as I wanted.
In the actually in SudokuCon April, we had a whole workshop on visuals in puzzles by Paul Fly and Juggler. Unfortunately, I missed it because I was having to drive the president of Nickley to the airport. But it is,
okay.
Yeah, it is available on our YouTube. 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
I've gotten close here. I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
No, you're looking good. Yeah.
Maybe I could
throw in those little killers, those 2-cell thermos.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Nope. How do I do this?
What is your negative constraint, Arctan?
All the crop key dots on the lines are given.
Okay.
So if there's, it's like that's how why I was able to put a 5 next to that 8 because I didn't put a white dot there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's.
Whoa. Because it's thrown in some thermos, but he's taking them out.
Yeah, I when I have 2 minutes, I'm pressed for time. I mean, I have a puzzle here. This isn't going to look very good. We're gonna let's delete the cosmetic lines, dude. It's uncanny.
3, 2, and 4 is 9. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, this is wild. This is not one of my better. This is not one of my better looking puzzles. All right, but we're going with
none of those can be 8s. None of those can be 8s. So what's 6, 7, 9? Is that 22? So it happens.
Then...
Oh, that didn't do shit. Yeah. ER. Oh, I should probably make that a given. Yeah, I don't know how I do that. Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay, and it looks like you have something unique with 25 seconds to spare.
Although that being said, I wonder, I had a different thought. If I could fix this, I might just do 4 little killers, 1 in each of the corners. That would maybe get rid of some given digits here.
Okay.
Let me just... I should probably undo everything first.
Man, I'm really proud of this.
Yeah.
I got it done. Just throw that in. Pull this one. 10. Pull this one. 8.
All right. As well.
That one. That's not going to do it. Oh, it did do it. Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
Look at that.
Didn't expect that to work.
All right. Well, very good under pressure there. From looking at the chat, I think the general sense, Kajito, was that you were drawing the Sphinx.
I was attempting to draw the Sphinx.
Attempting to draw the Sphinx. Does anyone in the chat want to have guesses on what Arctan was drawing? I saw someone mention the Colosseum, which I guess I can kind of see from the toe, but I really wasn't sure. I don't know if anyone in chat has a better idea. It doesn't look like it, so Arctan, do you want to put us out of suspense?
That was the image that I was using for reference there. So.
Oh, that was the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Figured it's like the little sloping cut there, and then turn all the windows into just even like the squares fit the shape there. And
nice. Very good, Andrew Sarkis. Andrew Sarkis got that one. I see it now. Very cool. All right. Okay. Well, that was intense. We're just going to take a quick couple of minutes. I'm probably going to run some ads just while that's going. Because they usually run 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll be back with one final game, and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back with our final game of the segment, just because I, want to be nice to our guests on the Twitch today and not leave them with their brains melting out of their ears after being forced to draw landmarks within 30 minutes. But this is a game called Mutually Assured Deduction, and the goal of this game is so each setter is going to have one half of the grid here, and so I guess we can pick that right off the start. So, Kojiro, do you want to pick a color?
I'll do yellow.
Okay, so Kojiro is going to be the yellow half, Arctan is going to be the blue half. The goal is that they have to place clues that ultimately they have to place clues within the confines of their half of the grid or adjacent to their half of the grid that ultimately are going to resolve the other person's half of the grid. So these can be any flavor of interior clue from Sudoku Maker, and also outside clues. Now, I know from past experience and past streams that outside clues can tend to be a little overly powerful. So we tend to have a limit of outside clues. Or we can do something different where if you place an outside clue, then your opponent gets the next 2 turns. We can mix things up like that. At some point on the way, we may also have chat throw in an extra twist where you have to place a clue of a particular type. I do also think from the last stream, I remember there was a tendency to overuse quads. People were placing quads all along the border. And so I think we should also say there should maybe be a limit of you using one particular clue type of maybe up to, I don't know,
Twice.
Twice perhaps.
Yeah.
I think twice, because 3 times even then seems very generous. So, we'll figure out the outside rule as we go. But other than that, and so the reason my screen is on here is I'm going to, my grid is going to be like the default grid after every turn, but it also gives you guys each the flexibility to play around in your own grids in between. So obviously, when you've each decided on the clues, you're each going to put the clues in your own grid as well. And then for the next turn, you can add clues in, experiment, see what happens. But then my grid is going to be the default. And I've just realized that I shrunk my browser, so that's moved my screen a bit. So I'm just going to have to mix that. I'm just going to have to sort that out. But any questions on that, or are you pretty much...
Yeah, just to be clear, so since I'm yellow, I'm trying to resolve blue, right?
That is correct, yes.
All right.
And so, you can, if you want to take the first clue, then go for it.
So I just place a clue anywhere in the grid?
No, anywhere in your half of the grid.
Yeah, okay.
So it has to be in your half of the grid.
So did we come to a conclusion what so if I put an outside clue, then it will give him 2 turns, or?
Well, so typically in the past, they've had it where there's been a limit on outside clues, and I think it got down to even just a single outside clue last stream. I think we can still have a limit on outside clues. I think 1 may be a bit too extreme. We could maybe say up to 3, but I think there has to be an additional penalty on that. So I think if you want to do an outside clue, then yes, it's going to give 2 turns to... it will give 2 turns to arctan.
Okay. Okay, let me. Oh shoot.
That's hard to figure out what to start with, too.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
I feel like we
I'm just
have
going to
mixed
start with
centers.
a.
Go ahead.
I'll start with. Well, no, I can make this somewhat simpler for me. I can just do a Renbon up top like this on the top row. Very
Okay.
boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not do that.
All right.
That's
Yeah, and you guys, as I
okay.
say, you can play around. My grid will always be is going to be there. And don't worry if things break this time. That's less of an issue. I think the other thing also that givens are also considered a constraint in this, but I think they're also pretty OP. So
Yeah.
Okay.
we can
All right, fair
maybe
enough.
use, say, only use one given each. Yeah, this grid, I decided to choose an older grid for this one. I know the last time they had like a diagonal one that kind of went.
Was the outside clue? Well, I suppose outside clues without outside clues it feels very hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think even more so with this particular grid with the lines being flat. I think with the diagonal one, there was definitely more flexibility. And so that's why I wanted to be a little nicer with the outside clues here.
Yeah.
It's crossing my mind is that if there's a deadly pattern on his side of the grid, then I will have to I should probably save outside clues for that.
Yeah, I also had the thought if I can set up a deadly pattern in a spot where it is very hard for you to reach with an outside clue, that might also be.
I can reach anywhere.
Set up multiple deadly patterns. Just oops, all deadly patterns.
Yeah, from what I've seen in the past, I think the trick with this, the difficult thing with this game is it's very hard to get to a point where you're resolving, that you can resolve just one half of the grid.
We've not had a killer cage yet, have we? No.
No.
That's. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to. That's a thought. That is a thought. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
We're just into another Ren ban. Oh no. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Doing a Renban from across the top with an extension down in box 2. Okay. And we have a digit in the grid. All right.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. I knew it would force a digit, but it's also
Okay. Cogito. I think for this one, I would personally, if it were me, I would be like, I would probably try. I certainly don't think I would be using the outside clue right away as well. I think I would be probably focused on forcing a few patterns of sorts, but I don't know. I can see some whisper action going on.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a sort of stream that you'd be like, oh, this might be good. It might get me into setting a bit, and then when you're done, you're like, I don't want to set any puzzles for a while.
Let's do. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a German Whisper here.
German Whisper. Okay, so that's
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. I need to actually draw it myself. Okay. All right, that's done a bit.
And so, what's the restriction on quads?
I don't think the restriction on quads. I think the restriction on quads is like a restriction on anything. I think just no more than 2 types of the same clue.
Okay.
Just because
strike me as very abusable.
Yeah, and I felt like in the last. I mean, I will say in the last stream, I think they did actually get to a point where I think Shintaro Fushida actually was able to resolve Doomdiat's half the grid and leave his unresolved, which was impressive. But yeah, I think as I was watching it, it was just like, oh, especially because it was a diagonal thing as well, and quads were just very abusable. Because quads can actually, of course, like you're touching your half of the grid, but they're also can overlap in the other half too.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's not fun. Thought I might be able to. Do something. If I'm going to do that, That's. Oh, that breaks it. Okay. Why do I have that one there twice?
So I have thoughts about what I would do at this point, but
yeah,
I think they would probably break.
I've had thoughts on trying to force things onto that German Whisper, and it's either not uniquely forced at this point, or it breaks. Yeah, that's. Oh, I don't know that I'm going to like this, but I don't think it's forced. But I think I want a 16 cage there.
A 16 cage on the other half.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 cell.
Oops.
Okay. It's thinking about it for me.
Yeah.
No logical steps found.
And if we break it, then we lose?
No. If you break it, it's fine. This
Let's try again.
Breaking doesn't count for this one.
Okay. All right, so it's my turn.
Yep. So that was a 16K. You got it, yeah. And
okay. Ben.
I'll get to
thinking a little bit. I think I'd like a quad.
A quad?
So we're going to do a quad.
A quad, okay. Somewhere.
Do it right here, and I'm going to make it a 3-4, 3-3-4-4 quad.
A 3-3-4-4 quad. I'm making sure that's correct. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So it's definitely thinking.
Yeah. That's doing things.
Yep. All right. So
I wonder if. Yeah. Huh.
I wish I'd done this last turn instead of the German Whisper. But.
Yeah. So you trying to set up the deadly pattern there? Of sorts,
yeah, I'm just going to make him invest a clue to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a risk because it could, like the way things are.
It definitely causes some problems, but
yeah,
it does force him to invest something.
Yeah. I think that's where we were. Yeah.
All right. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to set up a poll in chat. New poll.
What's going to happen?
Okay, I'm going to start a poll for chat, and let's see what happens. Okay, anyone in chat who wishes to vote, there is a poll. We're going to make them add a constraint to each half after arctan has made his turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see some votes.
I like that. I don't think the solver knows what the implications of this are, but it's like I'm not wrong in saying that the two Ren bands at the top, they're both extreme, right?
Correct.
Yes, I think so.
Good. Okay, so if I put that in there, then that can't be low. So that's...
Yeah, I guess the way I would look at it is 1 and 9 have to go somewhere in the top row, and they both can't be on the same Ren band. Okay, there's about 10 seconds left on the poll.
Okay, let's see if that does that forces that to be more extreme. Yes, that's doesn't like it when I do it that way. Oh. Yeah, I guess so. We'll try it with that arrow. And oh, stop doing that. So I think that's gonna do that.
So are you locking that one in? Or are you still just running through the consequences?
Yeah, I'm not, because like I was really hoping to get, well, yeah, so I'm not sure how. Because putting the arrowhead over there in box 2 kept breaking it, so. Yeah, so well, I'll call that good for now.
Okay, so that's an arrow with the head in row 3, column 9. Whoops. I can't even draw it. And it's extending out 3 cells. Okay, we'll let the solver whir and click, and that's it. All right, so while you were running that, we did a poll in chat. Rather amusingly, I gave a few options of constraints that you both have to add to your half of the grid, and the one that won was actually arrow. So, so Arctan, you have to add another arrow somewhere. Kajita, you have to add an arrow somewhere to your half of the grid as well.
Okay. And this is at the same time?
Yeah. Both at the same time, yeah. Figure out where you want to add your arrows, and then it's going to be your turn after that.
Okay, that's.
It's funny. I feel like this is a very different way of looking at setting and such, or even constructing a puzzle.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, when you have a rough idea of what you're thinking, let me know. And yes, you can overlap with other puzzles, I should say.
Okay.
You have something in mind?
I don't know. I guess I'll just go with this. Actually, no, I'm not going to go with that. I'll do this.
Yeah, I know what. Let's.
Okay, I'm not
do something. Yeah.
And all right, so Arctan, you're sticking with that one too?
No. Well. I don't know.
This is such a strange way to.
Yeah, I will stick with that. Yeah.
Okay, so Arctan is the arrow at the top extending out.
Okay.
And Cogito is row 3, and it's 2 cells going down into box 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. All right, it's thinking. Okay, we have some resolutions on both sides. All right. I think at the minute, yeah, Cogito's ever so slightly ahead, but all right, Cogito, it's your turn for real now.
Okay.
And arctan, I guess, even yes.
I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put. Can I just put like column indexing? Is that on the table or not really?
What?
No, that's too. No, that's too OP.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna do 159 and you're gonna do 1. Yeah, that would be a bit.
All right.
We still have those outside clues as well, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I want to do that though, just yet. I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think somebody did suggest column index in 1, and it was like, no, we can't do that.
I am gonna do another quad here, and I'm gonna do 6, 7, 6, 7.
That's in box. Okay. All right. That's your last quad that you can use.
That's interesting.
Oh, I should have tested that. That wasn't interesting. That was bad. That's dumb.
Yeah, well,
nice.
It's interesting that you did that because I was about to do a quad to try to force your arrow, but that saves me a little bit of difficulty there.
But I think on the flip side, Cogito, you have like created some pairs down the left hand, and it's on the further side of where you have to reach, so it is kind of so. All right. I suppose disjoint sets us to one index cell might be okay. Yeah, I guess. But I think at this point,
I don't know. It's a little too direct. I can just like reach into his area and place a digit. It's a little.
Yeah.
Row indexing in column 5. I suppose disjoint sets is too hard to. Yeah, global constraints are kind of out, I think, on this one, because then somebody could just be like, okay, I'm going to do anti-night, and the whole puzzle will explode. So.
What happens if I?
Just to. It's not. I know it doesn't change the difference, but when you're placing the clues, you have to place the outside clues on your adjacent to your area.
Let's see.
I was going to say I was going to get chat to put a given digit in the purple square, but you've already taken care of that.
I like that. Putting the double 4-6 there.
That is a quad that's 4-4-6-6.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's resolved a couple things.
I'm looking at the chat. Disjoint sets. Please no. I'm not a fan of solving Sudoku that involve things like that, or even Even anti-night at times I find hard to see.
Yeah, no, anti-night I don't.
Like setting
I
with that, like
at all.
let alone like
Yeah, I've solved unfortunately too many. Well, I've tried to solve unfortunately too many bad anti-night puzzles where it relies you to almost pencil mark the entire grid to find that one cell that sees all the digits, and yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I think I've made one anti-night puzzle, and it was one of those early ones, like thinking F puzzles and half by hand, and just trying to like I just kept breaking it while setting it because I would not be able to see the deduction. So it's like, yeah, let's not do that again.
I set one. I did a collaboration anti-night, limited anti-night, we should say, chaos construction with James Sinclair, and that was where there were like circles or squares or diamonds in the grid, and they each meant different things in terms of the regions that they saw by anti-night. That was okay, although it was hard because, again, even though it's anti-night, there comes a point where it just forces. And then I did actually, after having an interview with Philip Newman and Clover last September about making a gas, I actually did set an anti-night, a straight anti-night puzzle. But I will never publish it because no, anti-night is not my thing. So, all right, Coach Lo, I hear you've been clacking away there. So, have you got something that's going to blow the game open?
I think I'm just going to do a, let me, uh, 29 little killer here.
That is at the top of.
Okay. Interesting.
Oops, sorry. I'm gonna 29 little killer at the top of column 29, going down.
Cool. And I will bounce right back with a 21 little killer under column 7, pointing up and to the left.
Wow. Okay. That is at the bottom. Okay, 21. So I might. Wow, that is doing a lot.
Yeah, there might be.
I think this is, I think this is going to tie with that.
Yeah, because I think anything that's going to resolve your side, well, or my side would. It's like if I just.
I mean, yeah, so resolving my side, okay, well, I could just place a digit and tie it on my side.
There are 7 solutions, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them has a 5 here. So it's like I can, maybe I'll look for a way that's not.
I'll say, yeah, I didn't think it, because like, if there's a way.
I mean, this is it, right? If I don't do this, I lose, so.
Yeah.
But I guess we're saying no given digits, so I could just say this is odd, whatever.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
All right.
Odd digit here.
Maybe I should have thought the my little killer through, but I didn't think it would. Or I was hoping that it would still leave some unresolvable mess on my side.
Yep.
That was close.
It is a tie. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with how quickly you came back with the 21 there.
So I was already thinking about it because like it had all those pairs down the side, and I noticed like just clip the corner of the quadruple, and then you're also clipping a lot of those pairs that had distinct digits. So I knew it would clear up a lot of those columns. And
this is such a strange activity it bizarrely feels like something you could actually get better at with some practice. But it's
I do wonder if I had maybe tried a different
if you had tried a different one.
Because if I try to max it out, on the other hand, that's what 6, 8, 9 is 23, 4, 8, 9 is 21, so 44, I think. No, that's less powerful.
But I guess is it that thing where
I think
maybe
that also puts me
less...
in a really powerful position, actually, of
yeah.
I think that puts me in a strong position, actually.
22 would have done something similar. And
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it also doesn't help that we've been kind of tweaking the rules a little as we've been going along.
Yeah.
Just to, but
if I do 23 though, that's still, that's a little. Yeah, I think 21 there was about the best I could have done. Yeah. Unless if I wanted to.
This is a hard game. It's a hard
game.
It's strange to think about this in this way.
And I think I feel like this particular layout probably gives its own unique challenges compared to like the diagonal one, compared to other possible ones as well. So I think the layout can actually dictate how hard it becomes too. So
there's a lot of boxes that are just solely his domain, and it's hard to.
Yeah, this felt more defensive in the last one because, like, with the diagonal, it's like you can attack or point some digits anywhere on the other side.
Yeah. Okay, well, but with that, that's 3 games. So thank you. I think we will call it a wrap there. Thanks again to both of you for taking part. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had fun being the host and watching you guys do all the hard work of actually setting, while I just got to sit here and silently laugh. But with that, we will call it a day. Thanks to everyone who joined in and checked in with us. Again, reminder, SudokuCon tickets are now on sale. Hopefully, if you're able to make it to the UK in July, I hope to see some of you there. Other than that, do check out our Discord. Go to our YouTube channel. We have some older streams there. And we hope to be back with a couple of streams in April. So we shall see you then. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Bye-bye.